Hey guys, I'm Sam Cambetis and today I'm going to be reviewing and setting up the Blink XT home security system. This is the outdoor waterproof system that comes in black. So let's jump right into setting it up and let's see how easy this is to do. First of all, you'll need the sync module and we're going to need to power this up. So we have our micro USB cable. We'll plug that into port. Okay, so the sync module will need power to it, but all of the cameras are wireless. So I've got my power to the sync module, and then we will need to put the batteries in the camera. Next thing we want to do is download the app, Blink Home Monitoring. Okay, so we've now installed the Blink app. So let's set up our sync module and cameras. So we'll open the Blink app. And you'll need to create a new account if you don't already have an account. But I've already made one earlier, so I'm just going to sign in. Okay, so first thing we want to do is set up the sync module. And so we'll click up the top where it says Blink, and then we'll click Add a System. You can have multiple systems, whether it's at home or in the office. So this one's for home. And we'll go Save. And then we'll click down here, Add Sync Module. And the serial number that you'll need is on the back of the sync module or on the sync module box. So I'm just going to use the box. So we'll hit the camera picture so we don't have to type it in. That'll put it in for us. And we'll hit continue. Okay, we want to make sure that the lights are flashing the same as the picture, but right now on my sync module I have the green light flashing and the blue light is still, so I'm going to go no. Okay, so I'm going to need a little paper clip to reset. So the reset button is just next to the USB port on the sync module, so I'm just going to push that in. Okay, and now I've reset the sync module. And now the blue light's flashing and the green light is still, so I'll go OK. So it matches the picture now, and we'll go yes. Okay, my password's in. Okay, so now it's connected. Alright, so let's add our first camera. And we have the Blink XT camera. So we've already put the batteries in. So the batteries are Energizer lithium batteries, so they're not your standard Energizer batteries. So just be aware of that if you do want the full 2 years out of your battery. I'm sure the lithium ones will cost a fair bit more than your standard Energizer battery. Okay, we'll go next. And now we'll need to scan in the serial number, so it's either inside where the battery is located or on the back of your box. So I find it easier just to get it off the box so you don't have to open the camera up again. We'll go continue. Okay, so let's name this camera. Let's call it Backyard. And we'll take a snapshot. I'll retake the snapshot later when it's actually set up outside. that will do for now. Okay, so the camera's all set up and ready to go, but let's have a look at the settings, which is up the top here. So we can rename the camera whenever you like. We have under monitoring the battery status, so it's okay. We have the temperature, which I'm going to change that to Celsius. I'm sure there must be in the settings I can change that to Celsius. Under motion detection, we have re-trigger time. So once the clip has finished recording, this is how long until it will start recording again if the sensor is triggered. So that's on 30 seconds. The sensitivity, you can have it as low as 1. So if you have pets, you shouldn't pick the pets up walking around. And you can go as high as 9. So that's going to be super sensitive. So it's going to be picking up little animals running past, like cars driving past. You know, it's going to pick up everything. So I'm just going to keep it on 5 for now. And then we have clip length. So once the camera detects motion, the clip is only going to be 5 seconds long. So I'm just going to make it a little bit longer, 20 seconds. And yeah, one thing to remember is when you're changing these settings, making things longer and better quality is going to affect the battery life on your camera. End the clip early if the motion stops, which is good to have on. Under IR illumination, we have control. So this is going to be the control of the infrared. If it's set on auto and it starts to get dark, it's going to automatically turn it on. But if you have it off, then when it's dark, you know, you're not going to really see anything. And if you always have it on, then it's always going to be running in infrared. And I'm pretty sure that's going to affect your battery. So I'm going to leave it on auto. So during the day, it's turned off. And then once it starts to get dark, it'll automatically turn on. And then we have the intensity. So the intensity of the infrared. So if it's on high, you're going to be able to see in the dark probably further. And if it's on low, the lighting isn't going to be as good. And so things up closer, you'll be able to see. But I'm just going to keep it on medium for now until I've played around with it. We have video quality. Now this is pretty important. We have saver, which I'm pretty sure will record in 320p. So that's pretty low resolution, but obviously that's going to be the best for your battery. Then we have standard, which is going to record in 720p. And then best is going to record in 1080p. So just remember, if you do go best, it's obviously going to chew up your battery a lot quicker because it is recording in high quality. So for now, I'm just going to keep it in standard. Next we have audio. So if this is enabled, you're going to be able to hear people talking when they're near the camera. And then lastly, we have update and the camera Wi-Fi and the sync module signal. And then also you can delete the camera from here. So that's all the settings. You can go back. And then this button to the left that looks like a video camera, this is your live view. So it just takes a minute for it to connect to the sync module, and then now you can see it's connected. And you will notice there is a slight lag in the camera to the live view here, but you know, it's not too bad. Okay, and if you want to hear what the sound sounds like if people are talking outside or talking near the camera, you can just hit the sound button at the top, but by default it's turned off. And the live view is only going to play for how long you set it to, so I think it was 20 seconds, but if you want to continue watching, you just hit that button again and then it will continue playing. Okay, then I'll just hit the back button to go back, and the camera button on the right there is if you want to retake the picture of where the camera is set up. Down the bottom here we have disarm. So currently the camera is disarmed and won't save any recordings when it detects motion. So once you've made it armed, whenever it detects motion, it's going to start saving files into this folder up the top here. So this is your camera roll, and whenever it detects motion, it will save the clips in here. So if I just run my hand past the camera, it should pick up motion. So let's just go to live view so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, so it already picked up. It said camera was busy, so it was picking up motion anyways. So it will give you a notification, and then we can either just dismiss it if you know what it is, but if you're not home and you want to see what it is, you just go view. Past the camera. So you can delete the clip, you can download the clip to your phone, or you can share it with other people. And we'll just go back again, and then we'll go up to our storage folder, and you can see that clip that I just took is up the top. Once you have multiple cameras added, this little running man here is whether you have motion detect on or off. So see how we're armed, but if I had more than one camera and I was mowing the back lawn and I didn't want the camera to be going off, I can just select this man and it'll turn that camera's motion detect off, just so I'm not wasting any of my storage, and then you can just turn him back on. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the app. I'm going to go set these cameras up outside, and then I'll show you the quality of what they look like during the day and the night. So overall, I really like these cameras. They were really easy to set up, and the convenience of not having any cables and just putting batteries in is really good. The quality of the camera is really nice at 720p. To go up to 1080p, you need to have a decent bandwidth. I think they say you need up to 20 megabits per second, which I don't have at the moment, so I had to make my cameras 720p, which I think as long as you have about 5 megabits per second, that's going to work fine for you. The quality of the cameras is really good for things up close and within a couple of meters. Anything in the distance is going to be hard to tell who the person is exactly, but you can see what they're doing quite fine. It's just you can't really work out who the person is because of the resolution, I guess. I recommend these cameras, and I think they're pretty good for the price. I'll put a link below to the eBay store where I got the cameras from. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.